Hello and welcome, my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun. Welcome to your work, career, and vocation read for January and February 2021. I am your reader, Mark Angela Lyons Mal, for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angela Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. My honor to be serving you today. Let's get up in this read. It is a 3 levels of power read. There's a link in the description box, a video from Carolyn Myss. We will be working with her archetype deck here in the reading. First 3 cards down. So you can use 3 levels of power to look at pretty much anything in your life. I think you'll dig it. We're looking at work, career, vocation, 3 levels of life purpose, right? Your spirituality through maybe your work, your service in the world, what you do to make money, to survive. I'll explain it as I go. It's just easier that way and a little bit more time efficient. So it's a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and by all means check your other signs, because just for me, my sun sign is Virgo, my moon sign is Pisces. They're opposites, so I really do get sometimes very different information, but compatible information when I watch both of those. You with me? Cool, cool. All the decks that I read are always in the description box. Try and stay grounded, right? Both feet on the floor if possible. Take a few deep breaths. And here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, 3 cards for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video. Work, career, vocation. First card down, their work, what they do to survive in the world, their survival intuition, their physical power, their heart, throat, third eye, and crown, their career, right? That thing that feeds them, emotional thirst, mental hunger, passion that is in alignment with their soul, creative intuition, career, and lastly, their vocation, 8th chakra, visionary intuition, the higher self, the spiritual power there for the Aquarians. There we go. Now, I always say this before I flip these cards because people are new. These can be triggering in a way they're supposed to be. Well, Carolyn Myss's work will make you adjust your triggers for sure. Oh, this is a very interesting combo you've got here. So as dark or as toxic as the shadow attribute is that's written on the card is really equally brilliant and bright as light. And that's the point of it. That's what your spiritual path is about, developing these soul powers that we see as archetypes, right? Psychological, spiritual gestalts of power, so to speak. And the converse is also true, as light and bright as it seems to be in the light attribute, the shadow is just as dark. So interesting, you've got the Avenger in your work, you've got the eternal child in your career, which is a good place to have it, I'll tell you. Challenging, but there. And get this card does not pop up much. The King archetype in your vocation, which is a very, very interesting and very, very intense card. So you've got an action family, a survival family, and a masculine family cards. Now, as I read these, everybody who, when it comes to archetypes, none of us are 100% lead or 100% gold. So, you know, be the Aquarian, really pull back and look symbolically at your life. The shadow attribute going on in your work, right? Physical power, lower 3 chakras, navigating the world, how you pay the bills, right? Maybe. I pay my bills through my career, my work as a president. I'm not paying myself. The money is just coming into, you get what I'm saying. So the shadow attribute, resorting to violence in the name of a cause, right? The Avenger, right? Like the Avengers, right? That's really when people talk about heroes, what they're usually talking about is either the rescuer or the Avenger. And we've seen a lot of that. Well, here's the light attribute. Desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. And my good God, that could come in so many different ways, right? From lawyers, right, to revolutionaries, right? But the resorting to violence in the name of the cause. I don't think I need to explain that going on in the physical world because 2021 already, right? Woo, what a ride. So in your career, the eternal child, which the one that immediately comes to mind is Peter Pan, right? And there is Peter Pan syndrome, so this might be a part of it. The shadow attributes: inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. Now, I do have a touch of the eternal child. That's why at 52, I don't look 52, right? Also, really good skincare. Just, you know, speak the tea. But the light attribute of this: determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. And that's why really having the eternal child in your heart, throat, third eye, crown archetypally, no matter what it is that's going on here, this is your emotional mental backup. It's a tricky alchemy. It's a survival family archetype. Everybody has the child, the victim, the saboteur, the prostitute. Nations have them. Corporations have them, right? So just bear that in mind. And when it's in particularly the personal, this is the literal, the personal, the symbolic, right? The spirit, the physical, mental, emotional. This is inner child work, which is, I will say, simple but not easy. Moving along, the king archetype. This might as well. See the blue jays. Blue jays are right use of royal power. Welcome to Drawing the Circle Productions. The shadow attribute: excessive feelings of entitlement in your spiritual power. I've seen it. Rulership without restraint. Ooh. Whoa, right? Just get you right here. The whoa. But the light attribute: enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. So this does speak of a masculine family archetype, right? The king. And I mean, I'm not going into it here and now, but if you research the king archetype, you will see why. I'm not getting into it right now. But to know that that is something that's going on in the collective as well, which makes sense, the 8th chakra. So there's great spiritual power here for you. And with that eternal child, just those two together, they could balance the scales. In other words, the 3 levels of power: work, career, vocation. The whole idea is getting those chakras in alignment, right? So that your calling, right, your emotional hunger and thirst, your career, and your physical action, your work in the world comes into alignment. I have that, but you don't have to have that all in one thing. But Drawing the Circle Productions does that, all of that for me. Anyway, let's start clarifying, shall we? Daughters of the Moon Tarot. What is your experience of this, right? Almost sort of like that second level of power. What's your experience? But this could be just like what it's like for you on the inside. Sorry, please take a nice deep breath. Oh, okay, my goddesses of air and the sign of Aquarius, please. 3 cards, clarify. What is this Aquarian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs experience of? Whether it's realistic or not, what is their experience? Please clarify their work. Nope. Their work as an Avenger. Thank you. That popped right in my hand. Right. So their work with the Avenger, their career with the eternal child, and their vocation with the king. This is something else. I can feel the vibe on it. My hands are almost shaking. So let's see who you got. Daughters of the Moon says, well. I think the Aquarians hit the jackpot on this one. The Avenger is clarified with the star. The star. That hope. That social justice things coming out, and maybe just your work sense of things, even if it's not in the larger political scheme of what's going on planet Earth right now, right? But the star, this is guided. You are guided. This means you're guided. You are guided. Really pay attention to your survival intuition, though. Those lower 3 chakras, really, and for an air sign that would make sense, right? Unless you've got heavy Earth in your chart, it's safe to be in your body, so that you can feel what's going on, but particularly down here, it won't steer you wrong. Well, and this is where it's a little tricky. The eternal child is clarified with the moon, Yamaya. So there's a lot of emotion going on here, which is wonderful. But the eternal child, because it is eternal, there's either a refusal, like it said in that, refusal to take responsibility for that, right? Because it's all about responsibility, dependency on others, things like that, or being able to approach their emotions with fresh new eyes, see them differently, right? Because it's the eternal child. They can see through the eyes of innocence, but it's been written on by conditioning, ancestral, societal, you know, family, friends, relationships, work experiences, right? So there is this lovely eternal innocence in you that wants to play, right? And that can play itself out in so many ways in someone's career. This is this is fun for me. I have a background in the performing arts, blah, 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 right? But this is my true calling. This is my vocation to work. My career as a mystic, sorry, my vocation as a mystic, my career as an artist, healer, and my work as essentially administrator, president, right? It all lines up. So there might be a lot of mysteries in here. I mean, this is a general reading, but there is a good percentage, let's say 75% of people watching. It's not that you're not aware of what you're feeling. You just don't know what to do about it, and the key really is to see through the eyes of the eternal child, but that inner child might not be ready, so you got to give it the love that it needs. There's also there's hidden things within you, as well as this is also saying, of course, pay attention as well to your heart, throat, third eye, and crown intuition. Anatomy of the Spirit, Carolyn Myss, great book. You can even find like her on YouTube easily. She has thousands. I love her. In your vocation, the king with the Ace of Cups. Are you kidding me? This is spiritual love. This is 8th chakra. Your vocation, your calling is to be a king of happiness. Now in this deck, it's called happiness, but the Ace of Cups is also having that love of self, not just what you're going through in life, your personality, you know, all that stuff. Taking that opportunity, that cup of love, the happiness that is not dependent upon anything going out in this world, and on the outside, but with the higher self, with the soul, with this is if you are a spiritual leader. Now, I was a spiritual leader. I hated it. Teacher, please, thank you. The king archetype, though, there's so much masculine energy power here. You could say this is the king aspect of the divine masculine. And with that Ace of Cups, whatever it is that's coming to you through inspiration, right? It's like, it's in the 8th chakra, it comes down, it goes inspiration, information, choice, emotion, willpower, personal power, like 2nd chakra power, how much is it going to cost? And then hits that root chakra and it's manifesting, right? Action is being taken. So take that. So the thing that these 3 cards have in common, and rather obviously, even though only one of them is water, right? A suit of water. Look at Yamaya at the ocean, and the star goddess pouring from the Aquarian urn. It's here. It's here. Really pay attention to your intuition, duh. Try doing readings on YouTube every day. It's like going to the gym, and I dig it. I've been doing this since I'm 12. I'm 52. Eternal child archetype. Let's do this. What does this look like on the outside? Mythic Tarot. Take a nice deep breath. Aha. My God's Avenger. And the sign of Aquarius, please. 3 cards for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs to clarify what's going on the outside. Either people, places, and things on the outside, or how they appear from the outside looking in to everybody else. Please, for their work with that Avenger with the star, their career, the child with the moon, and the king in the vocation. The king with the cup of happiness. I mean, come on. Oh my good God. Okay. Just the lineup visually. You've got the King of Cups with the Star card and the Avenger. Make sure not just that you listen to your lower chakra intuition, because those three are vital for the navigating of the Avenger, right? You just don't go plowing in. I have some videos on that stuff on my channel. I put up a lot of teaching stuff before I started doing readings on the channel. But it's also saying there's an empathic thing here. You might very well be feeling other people's stuff, not just emotionally, but physically. It's absolutely, physical empathy is a thing, as is the energetic, because it's all energetic. But with that hope there, inside that you have this hope, you have this guidance, you have this grace, pay attention to it. King of Cups, Cancer card. Shall we? No, this is why the visual caught me. You got the Emperor, right? So it's like, right? Like almost the same card, like almost the same card. But from the outside looking in, the eternal child that appears as the Emperor, how many child emperors have there been? Right? Stories about him usually more Eastern than Western, but look, you got a lot of power here. And you've got the king. No, wait. Now put these two together. You see what I mean? It's like a visual schemata of saying the exact same thing, right? Your innocence is so key here. To be the innocent emperor, because this is Zeus. You could throw lightning and just like, well, I could. I know I can. I know I can. Light is truth, so we can like, it made me tingle a little. That was good. Look, let's just get to this. On the outside, this is Nine of Cups. You got the King archetype with the Ace of Cups, with the Nine of Cups. This is the last card down. There ain't nothing here that's icky. That don't feel good, right? Wow. So let me put it together for you. Well, that Nine of Cups, yes, I hear wish fulfillment, but I also feel like there's that, with that One of Cups, the Ace of Cups with it, this makes a 10. Let's focus on you know what to do. You know what to do. Nonetheless, I will clarify it. Please take a nice deep breath. In the blessing, my collective pantheons of the divine. May the Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in their work, career, vocation, that they may embrace their spiritual soul power of the king, a masculine spirit energy power, and receive it with that Ace of Cups, so that it is manifested in a Nine of Cups, a wish fulfillment, and their own emotional completion in their calling and vocation, so that the eternal child may feel safe enough and see through clear new eyes, fresh eyes, through the eyes of innocence, to follow the path. And I've been saying it with this card for years. My gods, when the moon is full and you're standing at the water's edge, the path is revealed. But help us remember the path is always there. It's just revealed so that they can really be the emperor of their career. Wisely, Blue Jay. So that in their work, they can get the justice, the balance in their work that they do, regardless of what form of work they're doing in the world, because there is guidance and there is grace for them. May they see that they can trust their intuition, that they can trust that Cancerian, even if there's no Cancer in their planet, somewhere in their life, whatever, that they can be so in balance, in service to themselves, in service to those around them, and for the well-being of all. So big, and so it is. It's really lovely, my aqua lungs. I love you guys so much. But honestly, I would start in the 8th chakra and work down. It just seems like that's more the flow, but hey, that's just me. I'm a mystic. I always want to start with the 8th chakra. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, like it, you want more, subscribe, please comment. Love reading them, reply when I can. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of your work, career, and vocation, January and February 2021. Hail. Farewell, and blessed be.